What do you do when you got trouble in your house? You got trouble with your family, or trouble going on in your world, and the enemy's against you. Check it out. What did King David do? We're in 1 Samuel. It's the whole chapter 30. I'll break it down for you, but you can go back and read it. It's really great. So King David and his men, they just finished a battle. And on the third day, they're coming home. And the city that they were coming home to, it was on fire. And the men could see it. And when they got there, they realized that the enemy had taken captive all the women and children. So all of David and his men's women and children had been taken captive. This is bad news. Okay, so David and his men reached the city. They found it destroyed by fire. All their family is gone. David and his men wept aloud until they had no strength left. Part of dealing with the enemy that has hurt you, or that has stolen something from you, or that has broken something that you did not want to be broken, taken something you did not want to be taken, your peace, your happiness, your joy, you got depression creeping in on you. Part of that is dealing with, hey, this is a sad moment. That's what David and the boys did. Picture all these big old guys, these armies, they're weeping and crying because of what they lost. Now, the good part, the men start getting angry. So the people around you are getting mad because there's a situation that's causing everyone trouble and anger. So what does David do? He gets the priest and he says, we're going to inquire of the Lord. We're going to go find out what's going on. And he starts praying to God. So verse 7 and 8, he said, bring me the ephod. We're having church. We're going to go find out what's going on. We're going to meet with the Lord. David inquired of the Lord. Verse 8, shall I pursue this party? Will I overtake them? And God replied, pursue them. You will certainly overtake them and succeed in the rescue. Sometimes when you're in a dark place and you're going through problems, you got to stop and focus and say, you know what? I've been sad for a little bit. I've been upset or depressed or had a problem for a while. Now it's time to seek the Lord. What is God telling me? Can I get my joy back, my peace back, my family back, my money or my job or whatever it is you've lost that the enemy's taken from you? Can I get that back? Ask God. Sometimes the battle is not worth fighting. You say, you know what? I can't get that back. We have to start fresh from here. But sometimes he says you can pursue that enemy and you can overtake that enemy. Whether that enemy is a physical enemy you got to deal with, or if it's something emotional on the inside you got to deal with, like stress or hurt and habits and hang-ups and whatever you got, or some depression or sadness, something you got going on. God says you can pursue that enemy. Well, how do you pursue that enemy? Well, he ran up and he started following them, and he found a person who was in the city to help them along the way, someone who was a little further along who saw where the enemy went. That's a key for us, because sometimes we need a little help. We need somebody who knows more about that enemy than we do. They found an Egyptian who was in the field. He happened to see him go by. He knew where they went. Well, David said, well, you tell me where they are. We can work together. I'll be happy to help you out. And the enemy was actually further ahead of him, so he got to work with him. So sometimes there's somebody that's a little further ahead of you, a little further along down the path, that can help you as you recover the things that God has for you. Sometimes you don't have to do it all by yourself. You can get help from a doctor or from a friend or from a video online, somebody who can give you some guidance and some direction. So they follow him. They found the enemy's camp. And the good news was everything they had could be restored, because the enemy did not kill their wives or their kids or didn't kill anything. They just took it with them. Sometimes the enemy can't hurt our family. He can't hurt us. He can't physically kill you, but he can steal your joy and your life from you. And God is telling you sometimes, you know what? You got to fight for that. You want to get that back. You want to have that back and be 100% okay. So that's what David did. They went down there and they took care of them. And then verse 18, David recovered everything the Amalekites had taken, including his wives, kids, everybody. They got everything back. And they went back to their city, back to their camp, and everything was okay. But it was a process. He had to focus on God first, and then he had to pursue. He had to put in some action, some work. You can't just say, I'm depressed and sit in a dark room all day. That ain't going to work. You got to put in some action. So David followed and pursued. Where did that enemy go? How can I overtake this enemy? That's a good word for us today. So sometimes we can't just sit around being sad or being worried or overthinking too much. You got to put your faith in action, just like King David did. He said, I'm not going to sit here and wait for somebody to come and help me and hand me something. I'm going to go after it myself. So check out 1 Samuel 30. It's an awesome story. It's a good reminder for us that when the enemy comes against you, and even if he wins a tiny battle, we win the war. We can always get back what he's stolen from us.